Hello everyone, I am Vishal Ramchandani. I am a chartered financial analyst. This lecture is for all those students who have just completed their graduation or all those students who are still pursuing their graduation course and who are striving to become an investment management professional. So I have come across many students who have a lot of query about the CFA program run by the renowned CFA Institute. So this lecture will answer all those queries. This lecture will this lecture is intended to answer all those queries which you have about the CFA program. So if you want to become a chartered financial analyst, if you want to become an investment management professional, and if you want to know everything about the program, what is the duration of the program, what is the cost of the program, what is the curriculum of the program, so this lecture is for you. So we'll try to cover all the queries which you have about the program. So let us begin with this lecture. And uh, first of all, I'm gonna tell you that what queries this lecture will solve for you. So this lecture is basically this lecture is going to cover all these areas for you. CFA program will study the two different aspects of the program. The first aspect is we'll understand what is CFA all about, what is CFA Charter, how and when the exams are conducted, what is the eligibility to appear for the exam, what is the duration of the exam, what is the curriculum of the exam, content of the exam, what are the topic areas which you have to study, and what is the cost of the exam. So all these things are regarding the exams. And the second part, the most important part, is what is the scope of CFA? What are the career paths available once you become a CFA charter holder? So, first of all, let us begin with CFA. Our first point, CFA charter. First of all, what is a CFA charter? See, CFA charter is a designation given by CFA Institute to all those students who clear all the three levels of exams. There are three levels of exams. If you want to become a CFA charter holder, are those people who are regular members of the institute. And to become a CFA charter, to become a regular member of the institute, to use this designation CFA, to use this suffix CFA, you have to clear all the three levels of CFA exam. One. Along with that, after clearing the exam, you also have to fulfill the requirement of work experience in the field of investment management. So first of all, you have to clear the three levels of exam, level 1, level 2, level 3. And along with that, you have to comply with the requirement of work experience. Now, this work experience can be earned while pursuing the exams, while appearing for the exams. This work experience can be earned before your exams. This work experience can be earned after completing all the three levels of exams. But once you comply with this requirement of work experience, you will be assigned a CFA charter. Now, how much work experience is required? The work experience which CFA Institute requires is 4,000 hours, completed in minimum 36 months. It means that you have to have a work experience of at least 36 months and 4,000 hours. If you have a work experience of 36 months, that means 3 years, but you have not completed 4,000 hours, then you will not be eligible for CFA charter. If you have a work experience of 4,000 hours completed in less than 36 months, say, for instance, you are saying that I have worked overtime and I have completed 4,000 hours in just 2 years. So still you are not eligible for CFA charter. You have to comply with both the requirement. You have to complete 4,000 hours and you have to work for a minimum period of 3 years. Got it? So when you have this work experience and when you have cleared all the three levels of CFA exams, you will be assigned a CFA charter. You will become a regular member of CFA Institute. Sir, I clear all the three. I'm a fresh graduate. I don't have a work experience. I clear all the three levels of CFA exams, but I won't be able to use that. I won't be able to become a regular member. So will I get a job? after completing the exams, definitely you will get the job. You won't be getting the CFA charter because you have to complete the work experience, but you will definitely going to get the job because the employer will know that you have cleared the exams, you have the knowledge. You don't use the CFA charter, but still you have the knowledge and you will get the job definitely. Second, so this is CFA charter. So to become CFA charter, to earn CFA charter, clear the 3 levels of exam and complete the work experience. Now, sir, how exams are conducted? How many exams are conducted? There are 3 levels as we discussed earlier. Level 1 is computer based exam. All the 3 levels are computer based exam. Level 1 is computer based exam. It is MCQ based exam. So you will get MCQ pattern exam. And this exam, level 1 exam, is conducted 4 times in a year. This 4 times, which is written here, February, May, August, and November. Remember, these exam window is as per the 2023 calendar. CFA Institute will release a 2024 year calendar, and in that calendar, the exam months, exam windows may vary. So you have to keep this in mind that this February, May, August, and November, these 4 exam windows are only for the year 2023 as of now. Similarly, level 2 exams. Level 2 exams are conducted. They are also MCQ based exams. They are conducted 3 times in a year, thrice in a year, in the month of May, in the month of August, in the month of November. It is again as per 2023 calendar. Now let's talk about level 3 exam. Level 3 exam is computer based MCQ plus essay pattern exam. In this exam, you will get some questions which are essay type questions. You have to write detailed and subjective answers in these exams. So it is conducted twice a year, in the month of February, in the month of August, as per 2023 calendar. So right now, if you are a fresh graduate and you will start the journey of CFA, this is important for you. As per 2023 calendar, you have 4 exam windows. You can appear for February 23. Right now, we are standing in September 22, so I won't advise you to appear for February 23, but you can appear for May, you can appear for August, you can appear for November 2023 exam. Now, what is the eligibility to appear for the exam? If you will register for yourself for level 1 exam, you have to become eligible for that exam. So first of all, to become eligible, you have to be a graduate. You have to have a graduation degree. If you do not have a graduation degree, you are still pursuing your graduation, and if you are a final year student, you can still appear for the exam. Point number 2 says that if you are a final year student, you have not completed your graduation, but don't lose heart. If you have not completed your graduation, you can still appear for the exam, but there is a condition. What is the condition? That candidate's exam window must be 11 months or lesser before her graduation month. It means that the month which you have chosen to appear for level 1 exam and the month of your graduation, there has to be a maximum gap of 11 months or lesser than 11 months between your exam window and your graduation month. It is expected here that a student will appear for the exam first and then he'll become graduate. So if you have chosen an exam window, say you have chosen the exam window of November 23, and you will complete your graduation by March 2024. So November 23 and March 24, you will become graduate in March 24, but you are appearing for level 1 exam in November 23. So the gap between March 24 and November 23 is only 5 months. So you are eligible for appear in November 23 if you will complete your graduation in May 24. Similarly, you can also appear for August 23 if you will complete your graduation in March 24. So the window you have chosen to appear for the exam and your graduation month, which will come after your exam window, it must be not more than 11 months. The gap between the two shall not be more than 11 months. The maximum 11-month gap or lesser than 11-month gap. Okay. So if you are in your final year you can still appear for the CFA exam, level 1 exam. Second, you are not graduate at all, neither in your you are in your final year, but still you can appear if you have a work experience, professional work experience of 4,000 hours. You are also eligible to appear for the exam. Now, this professional work experience of 4,000 hours need not to be the professional work experience as an investment professional. Any other work experience will also count, but it has to be a professional work experience. There is another way. You can also have a combination of professional work experience and education. See, you have completed only 1 year of your education, bachelor degree, but you have a professional work experience. So you can combine these two and become eligible for the exam. See, you have 3,000 for that. In such case, if you are combining if you're making a combination of your work experience and your education, so in that case, count the number of hours of work experience and count the number of years of your education. In that case, the 1 year of education will count for 1,000 hours per year. If you have 1 year of your education, it will be equal to 1,000 hours. If you have 3,000 hours of work experience and if you have 1 year of your education, so combining the two will become 4,000 hours and you can appear for the exam. Clear? Next, the dates of professional work experience and education cannot be overlapping. The dates of your work experience and the dates of your education cannot be overlapping. You cannot say this that in the year from January 2021 to December 2021, I completed my 1 year of education, and in the same time window, I have also earned work experience of 1,000 hours. So 1,000 of education, 1,000 hours of education, 1,000 hours of work experience, it will become 2,000 hours. No, these dates shall not overlap. So the dates you are choosing for work experience shall not be the dates for your education. Second, the next point, professional work experience does not need to be investment related. It will also include paid internship. If you are working as an intern, if you are working as an article, but that internship is paid, that articleship is paid, so it will also count. Candidate must have a valid international passport. This is the only ID they accept. When you'll register yourself for the level 1 exam, you have to have an international passport, valid international passport. You have to enter the details of that passport, and you have to carry that passport to exam center. They'll see your passport, they'll match the details of the passport you filled at the time of registration and at the time of appearing for the exam. They'll match these details and you will be allowed to enter the exam hall. Next, candidate must qualify for professional conduct criteria. CFA Institute asks for your professional conduct. Like if you have been debarred by the regulatory body, if you have been charged against any sort of like if you have if any disciplinary action has been taken against you in your profession, if you have been charged by any offense punishable by law, so if you account for all these things, you won't be eligible to appear for the exam. There is a declaration you have to give at the time of registering that you have not been accused of any offense, you have not been liable for any disciplinary action, so you have to make that declaration. Okay, so I am hoping that all those graduates or fresh graduates, you I don't think you must have gone through all these things. So after become eligible for the exam, what is the duration of the exam? See, CFA Institute says that there has to be a gap of a minimum 6 months between two exams. So if you are appearing for, say, if you are appearing for February 23 exam for level 1, so add 6 months there. Now in February 23 you will appear for level 1 exam. Result will be out in the next 50 to 60 days. Institute takes at least 50-55 days to declare the results. So from February 23, count 50 days. So in the month of April, your result will be out. And institute says that there has to be a gap of minimum 6 months between two exams. So if you are appearing for February 23 exam for level 1 and you clear that exam in April, you will know your result in April 23. You can appear for August 23. You can appear in August 23 for your level 2 exam. So there is a gap of in second month of 23 you appeared for level 1. In eighth month of 23 you appeared for level 2. So the gap is 6 months. So institute says there has to be minimum gap of 6 months. So what does that mean? Nobody does that because it is very the time period is very less. If you appear for level 1 exam and you wait for your result in the month of April, you will get your result. If you clear level 1 exam, now you have only 4 months to complete the syllabus of level 2 and appear for August 23 attempt. So hardly any student does this, but institute requires a minimum gap of 6 months. So accordingly, if you follow this path, minimum gap of 6 months, you will complete your CFA, all the three levels in 1.5 years, 1.5 years. But you can also take more time. You can take your time. So institute's requirement is 1.5 years, but it is advisable to have at least a gap of 9-10 months between your two exams after declaring the result. After result has been declared for any level, at least give yourself 6 months of preparation for next level. So choose an exam window which is at least 9-10 months after your result has been declared. So you can complete your CFA journey in 2.5 years. Okay. And you can also earn experience, your work experience. You can work as an investment management professional during that time. Now, the most important, what is the curriculum, sir? What are the subject areas? What are the topic areas which we have to study? See, this is the curriculum. This curriculum is for level 1 only. I have not covered level 2 and level 3. I am recording this lecture. This lecture is for all those students who are like fresh graduates and who have a lot of queries for CFA program. So this curriculum is only for level 1. This covers level 1 topics only. But level 2 and level 3 topics are more or less same. Their weights, exam weights may differ. Obviously, they'll differ, but the topic areas are same. There are 10 subjects in level 1, 10 subjects in level 2, and these are the subjects on which you will be tested. Ethical and professional standard, they have exam weights as well. So expect at least 15% of weight of ethical and professional standards and max 20% of weight. So the exam weight would vary between 15 to 20%. Similarly, you have quant, whose weight is 8 to 12%. You have economics, 8 to 12%. You have financial statement analysis, 13 to 17%. Corporate issuer, 8 to 12%. Portfolio management, 5 to 8%. The weight of portfolio management will increase considerably in level 2 and a lot in level 3. And equity investment, you have 10 to 12%, fixed income 10 to 12%, derivatives 5 to 8%, and alternative investment 5 to 8%. All these topics will be repeated in level 2, and their weights will vary, but more or less you will learn only these topics areas in level 2 also and level 3 also. So this is for level 1. So they have exam weights, and these are the topic areas which you have to study. Now this is the curriculum. Now comes the cost. What is the cost of pursuing CFA? See, when you will register for CFA level 1 exam, you have to enroll yourself first of all, and the enrollment fees is USD 350. This 350 is your one-time cost. This is your one-time fee. Once you clear your level 1 and you will register for level 2, you don't have to pay this again. You can appear for n number of exams, but this enrollment fees is only paid once. This is one-time cost. This is one-time fees, USD 350. 350 US dollar. All the payment, all the fees is in US dollars. Now, apart from this enrollment of 350, you have to pay an early registration of 900 USD. You have to pay 900 USD for exam registration. This is early registration. If any student misses this early registration deadline, there is a deadline of early registration that you have to register before, on or before this date. If you miss this deadline, there are different deadlines for different exam windows. For February 23, you have a different deadline. It is already gone. For February 23, this deadline has already passed. There is a different deadline for February 23. Then there is a different deadline for May 23. Then a delayed deadline, later deadline for August 23. So there is a deadline for a particular exam window. If you register yourself on or before that deadline, you will have to pay this early registration of $900. But if you miss that deadline, there is a standard registration which is 1200 USD. So nobody, I don't think anybody pays this standard registration. Every student opts for this early registration. So you have to pay $900 as your registration fees and $350 as your enrollment fees. This $350 is paid once and all, and this 900 registration is paid again. See, if any student does not clear, appears for level 1 exam and he fails level 1 exam, he does not clear level 1 exam, he has to appear again for the exam. So to appear again for the exam, he has to pay 900 USD again. He has to register himself for the exam again. So exam is expensive if you do not clear it in the first attempt. You have to pay $900 again. This enrollment fees won't be paid again, but this 900 registration will be paid again. If any student clears the level 1 exam in one go, then he appears for level 2 exam, and for level 2 exam he has to pay $900 again. If he clears level 2 exam and he appears for level 3 exam, he has to pay $900 again. So 9 into 3, 27 plus $350 if you clear the exam in one go. So the cost is 3050 USD. This is exclusive of GST. You have to pay 18% GST if you are an Indian student. So this 18% GST is charged by the government. CFA Institute cannot do anything in that. So add 18% GST into it. Got it? All the fee is paid in USD, US dollar. Got it? Now, once you register yourself for the exam window, once you register for your exam, level 1 exam, you have to opt one exam center, test center. So if you are in like India, you will opt a test center in India. There are different cities of India which are the test center. You have chosen one test center. If you wish to change your test center from that city to another city, you have to incur a cost of USD $250. So again, nobody does that. Don't include this cost, because we would choose a test center and will go in that test center to appear for the test. Why would we change our test center? It is advisable to travel to that place. First of all, try to choose a test center which is near your native place where you are residing, and travel to that test center instead of changing your test center. But there is an option, you can change your test center, but for that you have to pay an exam fees of USD 250. There is also the point I forgot to add. There is also a provision of scholarship. CFA Institute also provides scholarship for the candidates. To avail that benefit of scholarship, you have to apply to the CFA Institute. And if CFA Institute thinks that your application holds merit, you will be granted the scholarship. So your fees reduces considerably in that. How much scholarship will be offered, whether it will be offered or not, it depends whether your what CFA Institute makes of your application. So there is no certainty, there is no guarantee that you will be eligible for scholarship, but you can also always apply for the scholarship, not to worry about that. But don't consider, don't factor in that scholarship wala part. Don't think that you will definitely get the scholarship. You just even if you don't get the scholarship and you want to become a CFA, you want to earn CFA charter, you want to thrive as an investment management professional, so 3050 plus GST is your cost. And ensure that you clear all your exams in one go. So preparation is very important, because once you fail any attempt, it will boost your, like at least 30-35% your cost will be enhanced, will be increased. So make sure when you appear for any exam, make sure you clear in that exam in one go. So with this, we have covered all the aspects of CFA program. Now, what is the scope for CFA, sir? What are the job profiles? What are the roles that a CFA plays? See, any country, any economy, any market where there is a huge like investment management industry is growing, there is a growing requirement of CFA. India is again such market. So India has a huge investment management industry, and it is growing at a very like a blistering pace. So CFAs are required in that investment management industry. Now, what are the roles which are played by the CFA? What are the job profiles which are offered to CFAs? CFA can become a research analyst. The average salary which a CFA gets, you must be wanting to hear the figures, or what is the average salary. If you have good command over all these, if you have good work experience of 3-4 years, or you will earn work experience, and you have that CFA charters, you are regular member of CFA, you have cleared your exams, and you are good with your communication skills and all, so expect an average package of at least 10 lakhs per annum for a CFA charter, or even higher. This is the average package I'm talking about. So the roles which are offered to CFA is research analyst. You have to make the research. You have to do the research work in investment industry. Research is basically when you make, it's like, see, who is a research analyst, sir, and what does a research analyst do? A research analyst basically does the valuation work. There are different financial assets in which we make the investments. So the job profile of research analyst is to do some sort of fundamental research and to come up with a valuation figure. So you won't understand this if you are a fresher, but once you will enroll yourself for this this program, you will learn all these skills which a research analyst possesses. Then second is portfolio manager. There are many firms, many brokerage houses who are offering portfolio management services. So a CFA is required in that. All these firms, they require CFAs because CFA possesses portfolio management is a subject which you study in detail. Then you can also become an investment banker. You can also become a risk manager. The risk management role will be offered to you. You can also become a private banker. Private bankers are those who work only for affluent and very wealthy clients. So client personally hires you to manage his funds. So these are the job roles. These are the scope of CFA. And if you are doing it in the right way, if you are doing it in the minimum time possible, so be rest assured that the scope of CFA is very widely acceptable, and it is a very fast growing industry, and the demand of CFA is going to rise. Okay, so with this, we put an end over here, and we have tried to cover all the topics, all the things which I think would answer all your queries. If you still have certain queries about the CFA program, you can anytime contact us, contact me, and we'll respond to your queries. So with this, we put an end over here. Take utmost care of yourself. Tata, bye bye.